marriage counselor. You are one of those inspirational people as well, because you share everything about your life, and you put yourself out there when you're helping couples, you know, find themselves, or individuals find themselves in their relationships. But today, talking about detoxifying your thoughts. What's a toxic thought?
Wow. Toxic thought is something, it's something negative that has entered your mind, your thought process. And that can come from what we have experienced, what we heard, or what we saw. And usually as a young child, somewhere in our formative years is where we develop our belief systems about these things. And an example that would be, like for me, is I wasn't good enough. That's what my dad told me.
Really?
Right? So that toxic thought took root, right? And thus, after that begins a process of it being reinforced every time I felt I wasn't good enough. So every time you have a toxic thought, you go back and go, when did that actually start? What happened there? And how do I then change that? But in the meantime, we have all these things that develop in our life that continually reinforce that toxic thought.
Right. So when you identify that toxicity in a thought in your mind, how do you fight it? Like, how do you go, okay, wait a minute, I am good enough. How do I tackle this from that perspective?
Yeah, that's kind of the process of rewriting, what we call rewriting. First of all, we reveal it. What is that, and where did it start? Where do we go back in time and go, where did that particular thing start in my life that for instance, I don't feel good enough, or nothing ever good is going to happen to me, or et cetera, et cetera. All those different things that we have that continually play in our mind. Where did that start? So that's reveal. Find out where that started. Get the root process. After that, then we begin to rewrite that story, because that's really our storyline, right? That one thought, and there's many toxic thoughts, but just say one thing. We begin to rewrite that story about how I really am. What is the truth?
Right.
Is that toxic thought a lie, or is it the truth?
Or is it somebody else's reality, not your own?
Well, it could have been somebody else's truth, but we adopted it as our truth.
Let's talk about your current truth, because I think this really comes into play that many people might not know, is your battle with cancer. And you're currently undergoing treatment here. You're defying the odds on any day. You'd never know you're even remotely ill. But those have to be some serious toxic thoughts to deal with on a daily basis.
We were just talking about it with my daughter before the show, and going, how do these toxic thoughts affect me, and how did they affect me? And one thing I had to identify is all the toxic thoughts that came at me so quickly. And those people with the disease of cancer know this. All the things came up, like, you know, I'm going to live a short life. I have an 8-year-old daughter. I'm never going to see her married. She's not going to have a dad, right? All the different things that came at me, all those toxic thoughts. And I had to stop and take a look and go, what is the truth? The truth is, yes, I have a disease. Truth is, I'm going to die one day.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But it's not going to be today.
Right.
Right? And every morning when I wake up, the negative thoughts might try to come at me, and I lay in my bed, and I meditate. I just go, what are all the blessings before me? What do I have today to be thankful for? And when I do that, it seems like those toxic thoughts, they dissipate, and I begin my day with all the blessings I have before me. And today is going to be a great day, because I woke up breathing. Right. I get to do all the things today, bad or good. Like yesterday, it took me 12 hours to get from Orange County to here, right? with a 2.5 hour drive from Seattle.
You got in at 3 o'clock this morning, and he's sitting on the couch at breakfast television. That's impressive.
So talk about a lot of toxic thoughts that could have come in, but you know what? I kept saying, you know what? I get to do this. This is an amazing day. I get to do this. Met a lot of great people along the way, and it was a great day.
I love that. It's a great way to start every day, is to look at your blessings, not your challenges. We're completely out of time. We said as we were going into this interview, do we have 30 minutes? Because Ron and I can go on and on. We want to quickly mention your event, August 22nd up at Whistler.
It's an undisclosed, very exclusive location.
Couplesretreat.com. Ron, thank you so much for being here.